Welcome, viewers, to yet another episode of Stumbling and Fumbling. My name's Arjun, and I have Aparajit on the other side. We are friends from college back in Calcutta. We live in Toronto now, and we talk about anything under the sun. Aparajit, today let's talk about something that's happening in most people's lives thanks to COVID. Work from home. Has it improved efficiency? Are people enjoying it? Is it actually reducing efficiency? Lots of things to discuss. Initial thoughts.
Yeah, so it's been a big change in my life for sure because I did not work from home earlier. Mm, so yes, it's a change and it's had its fair share of ups and downs, pluses and minuses. But I think I'm now settled into this work from home culture.
Interesting. I actually worked from home for quite a while before, and I didn't really like it a lot because the kind of person that I am, I like to interact with people face to face. But that said, like with this current situation where almost everyone's working from home, I think technology is improved and it's part of the company culture, or most companies, they are forced to have this culture where they are working from home. So with improved technology, with improved discipline, I think it's the experience this time has been way better than before. So what are the challenges that you faced up for working from
So
home?
I would say from the sense of say challenges, it's just about how I can put a fine line between when I'm working and when I'm not working, because there is no work from office, work from home distinction, right? Mm, and also, I would say, just in terms of being able to push myself to maintain efficiency is something which has been challenging because, when I was in the office, what I would do is I would set myself up a target, and that is, hey, I have to go to the gym at 6. I better finish this by 5:30 because then I pack my bags, take the subway, it takes me half an hour to reach the gym, so I was more efficient. And initially, oh my gosh, there was that loosage or slippage of time in the afternoon, which was very difficult.
Interesting. So for me, I have felt that blurring line between work and personal time as well. But what I did was that I tried to uh, fix that by just setting time, just like I would set time for activities in office. I started doing the same thing. So I would start work at 8 sharp or even earlier, and I would try to finish work at the regular time that I finish work at. There would be times when I would be away from my phone. We've had our, this whole episode on being connected, right? And there would be times when I would not want to look at the email. Just like if I were at the gym or if I were out rollerblading, I wouldn't be able to do it, right? So I've definitely tried to consciously maintain that. The other thing that I have seen with work from home is while there's a lot of efficiency in my line of work, I often have to go to different office buildings and interact with different teams for different meetings. But here it became much better where I didn't have to spend time on commute, and I would just, after one meeting, you can just dial into the next meeting or video call into the next meeting. So while that was good, but I'll quote one of my coworkers. We were having a similar discussion one day, and he was like, look, work from home may be making things more efficient, but it doesn't make the relationship stick. And that's actually true because during work, I would go walk over to my coworkers' desks several times a day, chit chat about things, and that would develop a relationship which would show in work as well. So that I miss that aspect of working from the office for sure.
Yeah, so I would say same with me. I would go out for coffee with colleagues. I would say rather definitely one coffee a week, but that's no longer happening. And the firm, to be honest, at least my organization, to be honest, has done their bit in trying to trying to encourage people to do virtual coffee chats. But the feeling is not like that. Mm, this personal connection definitely has been something which has been lacking. Like earlier I would possibly make kind of friends with people. It was easy to get along, and that showed in the work. Developing chemistry was really really easy. For us, it's still fine because now we've been a part of the organization for some time. But think about a person who's joining the company new. Like that particular person is like, whoa, I don't even know. I know these people are as probably voices, or some of them who turn on their camera as faces. So I think it's really difficult for them.
It's actually interesting that you mentioned this. So in my team, so the way we work is we also have one intern in our team, and
Yes.
in our organization the intern works as much as any other full-time employee, so there's no leeway just because someone's an intern, right? So one of our interns left because her tenure ended, and we had this new intern who joined right after COVID started. And again, we have not met face to face, but we have meetings, like our entire team meets twice a week where we are all on video. And it's like I already know her for such a long time because we've been working in close quarters for quite a few months now. But that said, obviously, like, meeting face to face is different. But Aparajit, you see, both of us are in banking, or so we have, like, office jobs. Let's try to talk about some other industry. Let's say music. So with musicians or bands, when I, let me take you back to the 90s for a second. When I read, autobiographies of musicians of the 90s, they would always say that playing together or playing on stage or recording together gave a lot of chemistry, rather than individuals just recording at different parts of the world and just, mixing the tapes together. I don't know what the scene is now, but, like, what do you think would happen to, like, other industries?
Yeah, it's definitely a good question. So there are two aspects to it. The way I look at it, one is from an employer standpoint, the other is from an employee standpoint. Now, I know that a lot of big firms have engaged with organizational effectiveness consultants and so on to see what's happening to the productivity levels. I for sure know that my organization is working with one, but at the same point of time, it's also cost, right? Like, think about it, it's office space, it's so much of internet connection, and more than that, it's so much of hassle to manage and maintain an office. What happens if there is a fire hazard? So you want a fire drill done, you have to follow so many protocols, you have to report to the government, you have to do all these health safety audit checks, uh, and then god forbid if there is some injury to someone because someone slipped in the kitchen. So think about all that from an organizational standpoint. It's great. Why? Because the work is getting done. People are taking responsibility on their own. All that we need to do is provide them with a laptop or whatever equipment that they might need to. So a lot of fintechs I know has actually gone totally remote. A lot of bigger technology companies have said that they are going to be working remote, like for the next year or for the next foreseeable future. A lot of them have given up on a lot of office space. I just hope that downtowns across North America don't become ghost towns pretty soon because of this particular aspect. But yeah, like from an employer standpoint, it's great from that perspective. But yeah, I think that the long-term effect needs to be seen, whether this is a sustainable model, whether the productivity will be retained. So lots and lots of thoughts, maybe no conclusion as such.
So yeah, like, my concluding thoughts, Aparajit, would be it's a combination that's the best. The reason I say it is, if someone's married, if someone's got little children, it's better that they can spend more time with their families, instead of spending 2 hours on commute. Because, as you know, in Toronto, a lot of people live in the suburbs and come to work in downtown. So I think working from home maybe 2 days a week or even 3 days a week would be a good optimization. But again, it's for the consultants to tell us and the results to tell us in the long term. Any concluding remarks, Aparajit?
Uh, I just think it's a wait and watch. Second, I also think that the opinion differs from person to person. But if I were to provide, say, some sort of a suggestion to anybody who is looking for help, I would say draw a boundary, whatever that boundary may be. For instance, what you might end up doing, couple of suggestions. I personally have done is there's a snooze mode on my Outlook mobile app. Like I don't work beyond a particular time in the evening, but even as far as my Outlook app is concerned, I put in a snooze mode, so I do not receive any emails, any notifications at certain point in the evening. Like I have decided that I've told my team or everyone, like if there is something so important that you need my assistance at that time of the night and it cannot wait till about 7 a.m. tomorrow, send me a text and I'll be happy to respond. But more importantly, I think the boundary is really important. Second, going outside the house is really important, like taking walks and all in this time is really, really critical. And just doing something apart from working is really important. So I'll stick to three.
Well, that's fair. I'll just add one more though. Meditation, like it's very there's a lot of anxiety all around with COVID and working from home. So a lot of people practice guided meditation. I know I do as well, and that helps. But we can talk about that in a separate episode. Viewers, that was Arjun and Aparajit. We had a great time chatting about work from home. I hope you like this content as well. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions for other topics, please write these suggestions in the comment section below. And as usual, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Bye bye.
Yep.